Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's your sister Aisha here, and I hope you all are in the best health and iman. I know I haven't made a video in so long, and I say that in every video. SubhanAllah, life just got really busy. And why is it busy? Basically, I entered the fold of motherhood, and I had a baby boy. His name is Musa, and he's now 4 months old. So literally, I haven't made a video in like 4 months because I gave birth, and I just been really super busy trying to get a hold of motherhood. Those of you who are mothers, God bless you, because it's crazy. Like, it really is so crazy, and you don't know how crazy it is until you actually become a mom. SubhanAllah. So today I wanted to make a video basically telling you guys my birth story. I think I had a really beautiful birth. Alhamdulillah, Allah made that possible. But I also had a lot of things happen pretty much during the birth that I basically didn't want to happen, and I thought wasn't going to happen. But, you know, Allah plans. We plan and Allah plans, basically, is what I can tell you. If you're like expecting right now, if you're pregnant, and even if you're a brother and your wife is pregnant and you guys are, you know, trying to plan out how you want this birth to be and everything, just keep in mind that things are not always going to go as planned. So let me just jump right into it and tell you guys what happened. Basically, baby Musa was supposed to be born on October 31st. And my birthday is actually October 13th. So I was really excited that he was going to be born in October like me. And I really wanted him to like not be born on October 31st, because everyone that I told that he was going to be due on October 31st was like, oh, Halloween. And I'm like, oh gosh, I don't want that to be the first thing like people think about when they think about my baby, like Halloween. So basically what's funny is that my mom and everyone kept telling me like, oh, he's gonna come early, he's gonna come see you for your birthday, he's gonna be here before your birthday. And I was like, literally, okay, that's like way too early, I'm not ready for that. I kind of wanted him to just come like a week early or something. But everyone kept telling me he was gonna come early. When October 1st came, I kept telling my husband that like we really need to get everything together. Like we really needed to like clean our room, we needed to get the crib together and like everything. But he was busy. I forgot what happened. I think work was just really busy that week or whatever, and basically nothing was done, and I kept freaking out. Like, you get into like nesting syndrome in your 3rd trimester. So I kept freaking out, and I'm like, oh, nothing's gonna be ready for him, nothing's here or whatever. And my husband kept telling me like, oh, calm down, like you have time or whatever. And I was like, yeah, whatever. So October 8th, no, not October 8th, October 6th, I think it was October 6th. I don't know, my husband has to correct me if I'm wrong. I'm like having like mother brain right now. October 6th, when did I go into, October 7th came, pretty much. And I woke up in the morning, and basically, October 6th, right? He's like in the back telling me like 6 right now. So no, it was October 7th. It was October 7th. Okay. October 7th came. My husband was at work. I woke up, whatever. Yeah. Oh gosh. He's like in the background, like totally telling me the story, because I totally don't remember anything. It was your day off, but you were out of the house.
My appointment.
Yeah, he was at some doctor's appointment or whatever. And I woke up, and basically, not to get into too many details, there's something called a mucus plug, and basically I realized that I think that kind of broke. Let's just keep it as that. And so I called my husband, I told him, oh, so and so happened. So he said, okay, let's keep an eye on it or whatever. And pretty much a few hours later went, and I realized that, yeah, for real, I think this is when this happens, like I think you have to go to the hospital. So basically he goes, okay, fine, call the doctor. I didn't have my doctor's personal number, but I called her office and nobody picked up. So I called like the regular hospital line, and I told them such and such happened, and they were like, yeah, you should definitely come in so we could check you out and everything. So we went in the taxi. My mother-in-law was so worried. She's looking at me like, oh my god. And I honestly like didn't pack anything, because I was like, oh, we're just gonna go and come right back. They're just gonna make sure I'm okay. So we get to the hospital. They literally had us waiting there for like 2 hours before like a doctor came. I gave birth at Flushing Hospital. MashaAllah, it's a great hospital for giving birth. And my doctor, Dr. Wang, she's like amazing. So if you guys are in the Flushing, Queens area, totally go to Flushing Hospital and check out Dr. Wang. She's really good, mashallah. So basically we waited 2 hours. Finally the doctors came and checked me, and my doctor, she came, and it's funny because I saw her the day before and she was like, oh, you look fine or whatever. Basically the only concern was that I had a lot of amniotic fluid, and that was the concern. So whatever, I'm in the hospital, she checks me, and basically right there and then she's like, oh, your water broke. And I was like, what are you talking about? And guys, baby's supposed to be born October 31st. This was October 7th. I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, your water broke, you're getting admitted, you're staying here. And I like called my husband because he was like in the waiting room, and I'm like, we're not going home, like we're staying here, my water broke. And he's just like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know, we're so young and we're just like by ourselves in the hospital. We weren't expecting any of that. I thought I was going back home. And so basically he was like, all right, let's go get food and whatever. So we got food, we ate, they checked me in. Try not to like give you guys all the details, just like, you know, the big parts. So basically like during my whole pregnancy, I researched birth in hospitals, and I knew that they like to give Pitocin, and Pitocin pretty much like gives you like really hard contractions, and usually if you get Pitocin you're gonna get an epidural. I myself was like, no, I'm having a natural birth, I don't want any of that stuff. Firstly, I wanted to have like a home birth, and I also wanted to have like a water birth. I'm like one of those people. But my husband was like, you know, for that, but since it was our first baby, he was like, you know, let's just be safe and cautious and go to the hospital. So basically what happened, my worst nightmare, I didn't want Pitocin, I didn't want any of this stuff. Because my water broke, like the mucus plug came out and the water broke like partially or something, they said like that can lead to having like an infection for the baby, and so they needed to like induce my labor and like move it along really like fast. So they gave me Pitocin. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't want this, and why are they doing this to me, but whatever. When it came to the contractions, guys, I swear, like, the contractions didn't bother me. I was just fine. The nurse that I was with, I had amazing nurses. They were like so amazing. There was one nurse, I don't remember her name, she was Puerto Rican, but she spoke to me and my husband the whole time. Like, she really took care of me like I was like a big baby. She was really nice. She kept looking at the chart, and basically the chart that measured your contractions, it kept telling me like your contractions are like really big, but I wasn't making any type of like to her it didn't look like I was in pain. So she was like, are you feeling these contractions? And I'm like, yeah, that's not the problem. The problem is my back really hurt, and basically I have scoliosis, so my spine's all crooked, and during the whole pregnancy, like, my back really hurt, like especially going to sleep at night. I know a lot of my friends are in their 3rd trimester right now, and they toss and turn all night because their back hurts. Your back, your leg, everything just really hurts. And because in the hospital they had me hooked up to IV and like all this stuff, they didn't let me walk around, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring my exercise ball, I wanted to do that, I wanted to walk around and just kind of like have this natural labor. But they had me stuck on the hospital bed for like hours. So this is hours into the labor now, like let's just say like it's just hours into labor. I couldn't handle the back pain, like it was so bad. My husband, we got this idea to turn on Hassan Ali's dhikr. Sheikh Hassan Ali, he's a Bengali sheikh. He has a video on YouTube which is like 30 minutes long. Oh, that's my baby in the background, he's like waking up. He has a video 30 minutes long of him doing like dhikr. So, you know, to help me with the back pain, my husband just held my hand and we both just listened to that video, and we just kept like repeating the dhikr and stuff, and that really helped me, alhamdulillah. But then like a few hours passed by and I literally, like, he kept telling me, if you want the epidural, it's okay, don't feel bad. And I just really was like, but I don't want it, it's not the contractions, it's just my back really hurt because I couldn't get up and I couldn't move. Then I finally was like, fine, I'll just get the epidural. And the nurse was like, yeah, I told you to get it, whatever. Not my nurse, like another lady. She kept asking me before if I wanted to get the epidural. Guys, when you get an epidural, I did not know that you basically hunch over like this, and they have the anesthesiologist like put so much pressure on your arms, and they put in the epidural. Long story short, I had a horrible guy that did my epidural. He really like made me so upset because he was just so rough and like annoying. Sorry. He was really horrible. So, alhamdulillah, the epidural really helped my back and it was fine. So, so this is basically, what day, hey, I'm asking my husband, what day was I in the hospital? Hello? What day was I in the hospital? This was Saturday.
This was the 7th. He was born on Sunday the 8th.
Yeah, so I was, yeah. Okay, so basically, yeah, I know. So basically, it was the next, I was in the hospital for 2 days. So Sunday, basically, I finally gave in to the epidural about 2 hours before my birth. I know you're not coming in to show his feet. Hurry up, because, oh gosh, there's his feet. Basically, this is like the next day. This is the second day I'm in the hospital, Sunday. 3 hours before I actually gave birth, I got the epidural. So like literally 3 hours before. So let's just say it was about at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. Let's just say, because I was in the hospital from like 2 in the afternoon Saturday, and now it's 4 in the afternoon on Sunday. I was only 4 centimeters dilated. Like that's basically like nothing. Like for hours I wasn't even dilated. So they left me alone. Around 8 o'clock, I'm like totally butchering this. I think 8 o'clock they checked me again, and I was only 5 centimeters dilated. So then I was like, you know what, screw this. I'm just gonna go take a nap. Like I had a really bad migraine, and me and my husband did not sleep. Like I think we were just too, not excited, well excited, but just too into it that we couldn't sleep. So at 8 o'clock I decided, like, you know what, let's go take a nap. And my husband's like, yeah, I'm totally gonna go to sleep right now. And he was in a rocking chair, like sleeping. And
give birth at 9 in the morning.
They told me, yeah, like it looks like I will be giving birth the next day, like in the morning. And my mother-in-law was like, okay, I'm gonna come over. And we kept telling her, like, no, you don't need to come. Like, I'm not gonna give birth right now. I'm gonna give birth tomorrow. So this is at 8 o'clock. I was ready to take a nap. And then at 10, they literally come in and they're like, oh, it's time to push. And I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, you're 10 centimeters dilated. So within 2 hours, I went from like 4 to 5 centimeters to 10 centimeters. And my husband like jumped up and was like, whoa, we're doing this now. Like it was crazy. So they were really cool. We were asking like, oh, can we like play like Quran, or like can we just do whatever? And the nurses were like, yeah, do whatever you need to do to get yourself and your mind like focused or whatever. So basically we put on the dhikr video that I was telling you, and the video is 30 minutes long. So my doctor comes in and the room like totally transformed, and it's time to push or whatever. My husband was like such an amazing coach. Like I was like doing, like, they teach you how to breathe, like so you can push and stuff. And I was doing it correctly, but the way that I was taking in my deep breath wasn't like good enough, that I was kind of like losing the breath fast. So then my husband was like, no, remember, like do it like this or whatever. And he really like kept my mind focused. And we had the dhikr in the background, you know, la ilaha illallah. And basically that video was 30 minutes. I played it once it was time to push. And by the time that 30-minute video was over, he was born. You know, baby Musa was born. My doctor was super excited. Like, she goes, what? 30 minutes? You're the best. Come back and have, like, all your kids with me. I was like, yeah, of course. Like, she's really cool, mashallah. And she told me, like, my husband was, like, one of the best, like, dads that she's seen. Mashallah, alhamdulillah, you know, for Allah, you know, allowing him to be the way he is. So it was really good. I couldn't believe it. Once the baby was born, I was just like, I don't know, like I was just like, is this really my kid? Like, did I just really do this? Like, I was just somewhere else. And before they took the baby, they like put his cheek on my cheek, and like then they took him to like get cleaned up, and my husband went with him to get cleaned up. But once they put his cheek on my cheek, I was just like, this is so weird. Like, this is so surreal. Like, I can't believe like this all just happened. It wasn't like, oh my god, my baby and whatever. It was like, oh my god, what just happened? Like, I can't believe this is real. That's how it was. So it was a really nice birth, alhamdulillah, except for the back pain. That really sucked. But definitely, I know you guys, if you're pregnant right now and you have all these plans of how you want your birth to go, just keep in mind that it might not go that way. And just keep in mind, like, as long as you're fine and the baby's fine, that really is all that matters, honestly. Your health and you guys being okay is really all that matters, even if it doesn't go the way that you wanted it to go. So that's it. That's my birth story. I definitely have lots of plans for you guys to make motherhood videos. Maybe my next video I'll talk about like the baby blues and like the reality of like my first weeks with having the baby home or whatever. So you guys can definitely leave any questions. Thanks for all my new subscribers. Even though I haven't uploaded in so long, you guys have still taken the time out to subscribe, and I really appreciate that. So I definitely will be making videos. I'm getting this motherhood thing together and like my schedule together. So subscribe, press the bell so you can get notifications, and leave any questions, comments below and ideas for other video topics that you guys want me to talk about. Until then, thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.